अथ योगानुशासनम्। An ocean of people drowned the shores of the Ganges at the Triveni Sangam in Prayagraj to participate in the 2019 Kumbh Mela, the largest religious gathering in the world, bragging of in excess of 150 million pilgrims from all walks of life. The Kumbh Mela truly was a spectacle to behold. The idea of the festival is that if one was to take a dip in the waters of the Ganga river during said auspicious time, one would be cleansed of all sin and achieve moksha or salvation. 2019's edition was an Ardha Kumbh Mela, which occurs in intervals of 6 years, while the Maha Kumbh Mela comes every 12 years. What I saw there in Prayagraj was something special. So many masses in one place, with one purpose and no conflict in sight. The devotion that drove the people to take a dip in the cold waters as the sun rose seemed to create an air of harmony. Despite just about everybody warning me, telling me I'd get scammed and robbed and cheated, what I saw was people doing their duty for righteousness, spreading and embodying ideas of morale and kindness. Karmanyevadikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana. A boatman offered me a ride and quoted a reasonable price, which I accepted. After about a 45-minute ride where he spoke to me and exposited about what was going on at the banks of the river, he retracted the price and told me he thought of me as a brother. He just wanted me to be happy and asked me to give him how much ever I felt he deserved. Throughout the trip, the sense of fraternity was immensely prevalent, whether it was the half-blind old lady who referred to me as Beta as she lectured me about Bhagavan, or the rickshaw driver who wouldn't accept a rupee more than what the actual cost was. Allahabad as a city was starkly different from what I was used to. It seemed to have an air of mist and mystery to it at all times, and it was as though it was perpetually golden hour until the sky turns cool blue in the late evening, with street food to die for, and the air so cold it became near impossible to even touch the phone. Prayagraj had been a great city to visit. Following an immensely wonderful stay there, I continued the journey to Varanasi, the spiritual heart of India. If there was ever a word that seemed tailor-made for Kashi, it would be the word quaint. The place really does live up to the moniker City of Gullies, small roads that lead to more small roads and people living with the bare minimum. Shops and homes were not but mere rectangles in the wall. People had barber shops and mini kitchens sitting on the road. Everything that people had was just enough to sustain themselves. They really understand Ati Sarvatra Varjayet. The entire city buzzes with life too. It's impossible to feel tired over there. Arguably the best thing there was watching the sun rise over the banks of the Ganga river, sipping tea from a kulhad or clay cup. One would be remiss if one didn't try the tea and lassis over there. But I could see where the foreigners get their stereotypes of India from. Snake charmers and elephants, cows and monkeys on the roads, coupled with the copious number of foreign travelers going there, seems to propagate the notions of sweeping generalizations. Yet one stereotype I found blatantly false was the color. It wasn't a garish explosion of orange, but muted colors bathed in gentle sunlight. An energy seemed to permeate through the air, instilling a sense of beauty. There were quite some sights to see at Varanasi. The Kashi Vishwanath temple, the nearby Sarnath with the archaeological museum and the Buddhist temple, and the site I was most enamored by, the Dashashwamedha Ghat. At dusk every day at the Ghat, priests perform the Ganga Aarti, a ritual to offer prayer to the river. Thousands gather every evening to bear witness to the spectacle that is the Aarti. Following the ceremony, devotees float a lamp onto the river to pay their own respects. The trip imbued lessons I'd learned from the people there and opened my eyes to the paradigms that exist outside the bubble I'd been living in leading up to the journey. Uttar Pradesh really was a fascinating place, one of spirituality and dharma. Tadadrashtuhu swarupe sthanam.